Global Radio Group.
First off, Dave, can you tell me a little bit about the research?
The research that we have from Caranash Insurance Brokers demonstrates that theft of motorcycles is on the rise again after the recession. And specifically in London, it's up, the Greater London area, it's up by around 44%. So it's not a good story, really.
And why do you think there's been a rise in motorcycle theft? But maybe this is one for UK. Maybe there are opportunities for bike thieves that makes it a bit easier than before.
I mean, I think there's a rise in the bike theft because a lot of people aren't locking up their bikes properly. They're sort of leaving it so it's not chained to something sturdy, and there's no visible deterrent for thieves.
Is that pretty much what it would take, Kay, to deter a bike thief? Just one glance at it and you notice that actually that looks pretty secure, I'm not going to bother with that one?
Yeah, I mean, if it looked secure, like really secure, they wouldn't bother with it. They'd go on to another victim because there's loads out and around Greater London. Also, if you do see something visible and it's saying that it is secured, it's under protection, then you're not going to bother with it either.
And are there perhaps places that people might sort of park their bike that makes it easier? Perhaps if it's a quiet alley or something like that maybe would attract somebody that might take the opportunity? Yeah,
like definitely. I mean, people you're finding a lot of residential areas where there's a lot of flats where people can get in and around. People do tend to steal bikes in those kind of areas. Near to central London, I mean, because a lot of people commute into central London, so there's a great amount of bikes in that sort of area.
Kay, would people be surprised at how easy it is to steal a bike?
They would be, to be fair. I mean, it's quick. In the right environment, it can go unseen and you can get away very quickly.
Dave, what steps should people take to make sure that their bikes are safe, that they're covered and all of this sort of stuff?
It is relatively simple, and Kay's pointed out the number one thing, and that is to make sure that wherever possible your bike is locked to something fixed so that it can't be moved away. The other thing to think about is security marking and registration. In 2013, the Motorcycle Industry Association, off the back of the terrible theft rates back in 2012, launched something called the Master Scheme, the official Master Scheme, which means that all new bikes from 2014 have been fitted with security marking and registration to mark all of the parts forensically and with labels. And this has seen a drop of around about 40% of new bike theft since 2014. So we know this works. We know it's a deterrent. And Kay has backed this up by saying if you can see it's security marked, then there's so much to choose from. Why bother taking the risk? And of course, the Caranash DNA product is an option for people who haven't got a new bike to mark theirs, and that's free with every policy.
Now, the people that I know that have got motorbikes, and I know quite a few, they love their bikes much more than I like my car, to be perfectly honest with you. They really are enthusiasts. So you probably didn't think about that, Kay, when you were stealing the bike. So what was it that made you think, actually, this is the first bike, I'm going to take the opportunity? What made you do that?
I mean, initially it was boredom. So I mean, there'll be a group of us that were bored, nothing to do, and obviously we knew that other friends were doing it, so we thought, I'll go and see what the fuss is about. Also, the other side is making money. There are boys that are older than us that have been doing it for longer and making a lot of money from it, and they said that if we get onto what they were doing and get specific bikes that they wanted, then there'll be a little bit of money in it for us.
And was there a moment when you thought, because obviously it's not something you're doing now, Kay, but is it something? Was there a moment when you thought this is wrong?
I mean, from the get-go, you realise it's wrong. I mean, you're young, you understand what's right and wrong, but I mean, the first thing was a cheap thrill. You're bored, you want to do it for a cheap thrill. I mean, then when I started seeing a few more accidents with certain friends, because majority of these people haven't even got licenses to drive bikes. Accidents and then people getting arrested, and I just thought, it's not worth the risk at all.
Absolutely, yeah. There was the horrible incident during the week, wasn't there, with the car that was stolen and crashed into some people in South London. Dave, can I perhaps get you to point people in the right direction if they want to get a bit more information, if they want to find out perhaps how to make their motorbike safe, and to avoid, perhaps having their bike stolen? Where can they go?
Okay, so the first thing to do is go into your local dealer. They'll be able to give you all the information about locks and security devices. That's very important. Then, obviously, there are a couple of websites. The good old web has the answer to everything. The motorcycle industry's master scheme registration. If you Google master scheme, you can find out about that, which is with all new bikes as standard. And, of course, then visit Carol Nash, the insurance broker's website, and there'll be insurance information and security information there for people who wanting to find out. So there's lots of places you can go, and I think the most important thing for people to recognise, as you've pointed out, as Kay's pointed out, having your bike stolen isn't a random event. It's targeted by people who know exactly what they want and are stealing it for a purpose, for a reason. So you can stop that. You can be the deciding factor of whether your bike stays where you left it. So take action and make sure it stays yours.
Fantastic. Kay and Dave, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks.